The taste of this soup just made me 100,000 naira richer. Come with me, let's cook this native okazi soup together. I will always say that the best protein to use for this okazi soup will be a dried bushmeat or a dried cow meat. Anyone is okay, but I didn't have any of those. I used cow head. Cooked it a little bit, and then here I introduced stockfish. I cooked the cow head because it's a bit tough, right? I just wanted it to cook without seasoning so it will be able to soften very easily because I'm not using pressure pot. So I added stockfish, introduced pepper, spices, and then I will stir together to combine. Introduce more water, cover and allow it to cook until it's 70% halfway cooked. I'll then introduce a properly deboned dry fish. If you're new to this channel, that's time that I want to appreciate you for stopping by. This is 426 Kitchen and I appreciate your presence here. On this channel, we use little things to create delicious dishes that our family enjoy. If what I cook here interests you, kindly subscribe to the channel and turn on your bell notifications so you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Thank you. After introducing the dry fish, I start properly to combine. I will introduce this periwinkle. You can decide to use the unshelled periwinkle. Anyone works, right? After introducing the periwinkle, I will stir everything together to combine. I'll then introduce a little bit of water, cover and allow it to cook until it's 80% done. Here everything was ready. I will just stir together to combine and then I'll remove it from the heat. Into the same pot, I introduce palm oil. Allow it to get a little bit hot. I am going to introduce this habanero pepper. I'll stir the habanero pepper into the oil a little bit. I'll then introduce the thickener, and our thickener for today is of 4. You can decide to use achi. Anyone works for the soup. Just stir the ofo into the oil just as you see me do, a little bit. Please don't burn this process. And after that, you reintroduce your protein, introduce water to cook the soup properly, and then stir together to combine. Cover and allow it to cook for up to 20 minutes before you open up the pot. For my returning subscribers, thank you for always stopping by. I appreciate your presence here, right? You've seen how far we have come. It is because of your share, your likes, your contribution. I appreciate them. Thank you very much. This is after 20 minutes. I opened up the pot. You can see that the soup is coming together, right? I will stir together to combine. I'm also going to cover and allow it to cook a little bit more. The thickness of the soup, okay, was okay here, right? As the soup goes, it will thicken up a bit, and this is the time I introduce crayfish. I keep saying it. Whenever you're making Nigerian soup, make sure you give it a good amount of crayfish. You will like the taste of your soup. After stirring properly to combine, I'll cover the pot and allow the crayfish to release its own taste. I'll then stir the soup again, taste and adjust with any lacking ingredients. And here I'm adjusting with a bit of seasoning, and I will introduce a little bit of salt again. Please be mindful of the quantity of salt you give to your soup. That's why I advise you give salt bit by bit so you'll be able to taste and adjust if necessary. After introducing the salt, I'll stir properly to combine. Allow it to cook for about 3 minutes to enable the salt to dissolve. I'll then stir properly again and put off the heat. The reason is because while making the soup, you don't introduce the vegetable, which is the okazi leaf, while the soup is still on fire, right? You will remove the heat or remove the soup from the fire, stir on it, allow it to evaporate or allow it to cool down properly before you introduce the okazi leaf. Now the soup has been off the fire for 10 minutes Then I will introduce the okazi leaf. I'll then stir properly to combine. Now, this is the soup. Okazi is a hard leaf. Immediately you pound the leaf is ready. Now, after stirring properly, you get something like this. Everything has combined properly. You can see the face and it's ready to serve, preferably with fufu, eba. Any kind of swallow goes perfectly well with the soup. This is the outcome of the soup. Will you be trying the soup in your next soup preparation? Let me know that in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. Till I meet you in my next video, do have a pleasant day. Bye bye.